Hello, welcome to another episode on Nebo TV. My name is Agbaje Onome. I hope we're all staying safe. Today we're going to talk about a very interesting topic that will be very beneficial to some Nigerians who are wanting to migrate from Nigeria to Canada, especially for permanent residents. And so I will be unveiling to you the secrets to making your work easier. It would interest you to know that Nigeria is continuing to emerge as one of Canada's most important sources of new immigrants, meaning there are many options for how to apply for Canadian permanent residence from Nigeria. As Canada recovers from the economic impact of the coronavirus pandemic, immigration is likely to become more important than ever. Amazingly, during the crisis, Canada continues to bring in new permanent residents who qualified before restrictions were put in place, as well as temporary foreign workers crucial to the country's food supply. In an immigration levels plan released just before the pandemic took a grip in Canada, the federal government announced its intention to welcome up to 1.1 million new permanent residents between now and 2022. If you're looking to apply for Canada permanent residence from Nigeria, there are options for immigrating to Canada from Nigeria. We have the Federal Economic Class, the Provincial Economic Class, Quebec Immigration, Business Immigration including the Startup Visa Program, Temporary Residence first, then transition to permanent. And so we have the Family Sponsorship as well. Now let's move to Federal Economic Class. The largest group within the economic class is the federal high-skilled category. There are many immigration streams to be considered when applying for Canada's federal economic class programs. We have the federal skilled worker, federal skilled trades, Canada experience class. Canada operates its federal economic class immigration system using express entry. An express entry requires candidates to submit a profile with the highest scoring profiles issued an invitation to apply to one of the above immigration programs. Candidates then get 60 days to submit a full application. Under the express entry, candidates score comprehensive ranking system points for core factors such as age, education, work experience, and language ability. The express entry process includes submit profile and enter express entry pool. Then you get issued an invitation to apply if you meet the minimum points requirement. You submit an application in 60 days, get a decision in target processing time of 6 months. If successful, you move to Canada. One of the best ways to increase a CRS score is with a job offer, which can be worth 200 or 50 points, depending on the skill level. You can visit skilledworker.com to get more info. Several of Canada's provinces also operate express entry streams, allowing them to tap skilled workers from the pool. A provincial nomination is worth 600 points and effectively guarantees an invitation to apply. If you meet the requirements, express entry can be a fast way to achieve Canada immigration with target processing time of 6 months once the full application is received. Interesting so far? Now let's move to the second option for immigrating to Canada from Nigeria, which is the Canada's provincial programs. These include Ontario Immigration, Quebec Immigration, Alberta Immigration, British Columbia Immigration, Manitoba Immigration, New Brunswick Immigration, Newfoundland Immigration, Nova Scotia Immigration, Saskatchewan Immigration, Prince Edward Island Immigration. Now, if you do not qualify through a federal economic program, the next step is to consider provincial streams for your application for permanent residence from Nigeria. Each of Canada's provinces run their own immigration programs targeting the specific demand of local labor market. If you have specific skills, there could be a provincial stream waiting to accept you. Quebec has autonomy over its immigration system, with the right to set its own immigration levels and the power to operate its own programs. Quebec recently launched an expression of interest system similar to express entry, where candidates submit their profile to ARIMA system and are issued periodic invitations to apply. You can also apply for a business immigration program, as Canada also aims to attract entrepreneurs and investors through its business immigration programs, with many applications accepted from Nigeria. At the federal level, options include self-employed program, startup visa program, immigrant investor venture capital pilot program. Canada's Startup Visa program offers Canadian permanent residents to qualified immigrant entrepreneurs. The program targets innovative entrepreneurs and links them with private sector investors in Canada who will help establish the startup business. Interestingly, candidates can initially come to Canada on a work permit supported by their designated Canada-based investor before qualifying for permanent residence once their business is up and running. There are three types of private sector investor: angel investor, venture capital fund, business incubator. And now the basic startup visa candidate eligibility requirements. Qualifying business, commitment certificate and letter of support from a designated entity, sufficient unencumbered, available and transferable settlement funds, proficiency in English or French at minimum Canadian language benchmark level 5. Now, you want to ask, what is the Startup Visa Program designated entry? A designated entry is a Canadian private sector angel investor, venture capital fund, or business incubator. The required commitment must meet the following criteria. A designated angel investor group must invest at least $75,000 into the qualifying business. Candidates can also qualify with 2 or more investments from angel investor groups totaling $75,000. A designated venture capital fund must confirm that it is investing at least $200,000 into the qualifying business. Candidates can also qualify with 2 or more commitments from designated venture capital funds totaling $200,000. A designated business incubator must accept the applicant into its business incubator program. The Startup Visa Program business ownership requirements for candidates to qualify for permanent residence are: the intended business must be incorporated and carrying on business in Canada. The candidate must own at least 10% of the voting rights in the corporation. No other person can hold 50% or more of the voting rights in the corporation. Fortunately, up to 5 candidates may have their permanent residence application supported by the same business investment. However, a certain candidate may be designated essential to the business. If any essential candidate withdraws their application or are refused, all other candidates under the same business investment will see their applications terminated. Most important for business investors, one of Canada's most popular business programs is the Quebec Immigrant Investor Program. It is the only passive investment program that leads to Canadian permanent residence. Alright, moving on to Quebec Investor primary requirements. Legally acquired personal net worth of $2 million, 2 years of suitable management or business experience within 5 years preceding the application. Investment of $1.2 million into a passive government guaranteed investment for a period of 5 years bearing no interest. Intend to settle in the province of Quebec. Quebec also runs immigrant entrepreneur and self-employed programs. Several of Canada's other provinces also operate business programs as a route to permanent residence from Nigeria. Interestingly, the provinces require time spent in Canada setting up a business as a temporary residence before candidates are nominated for permanent residence. We also have the owner-operator business immigration. Candidates looking to immigrate to Canada from the United Arab Emirates should also consider the Buy a Business and Move to Canada program. Federal owner-operator rules allow a candidate to buy a business and move to Canada on a temporary work permit before transitioning to permanent residence further down the line. Under this policy, a work permit is issued following the sale and transfer of the majority share ownership of an existing profitable Canadian business to the immigration candidates. You must be wanting to ask if one can transit from temporary to permanent residence in Canada. Oh yes. Increasingly, immigrants are coming to Canada as temporary residents and transitioning to permanent residents. This happens to be a popular route for candidates who do not immediately qualify for permanent residence when applying from Nigeria. It is important to note that time spent in Canada as a temporary resident counts towards a permanent residence application. Work permits are issued through the Permanent Foreign Worker Program, International Mobility Program, and International Experience Canada Program. Caregivers also have their own streams for work permit under the TFWP and transition to permanent residence. And now we have come to the family class immigration. Candidates in Nigeria with family members who are already permanent residents or citizens can apply through family class sponsorship immigration. The question is, which family members can be sponsored for Canada immigration from Nigeria? Your spouse, common law partner, conjugal partner, dependent children, parents, grandparents, brothers or sisters, nephews or nieces, granddaughters or grandsons who are orphaned, under 18 years of age and not married or in a common law relationship. Another relative of any age or relationship but only under specific conditions. Accompanying relatives of the above, for example, spouse, partner, and dependent children. The requirement to be a sponsor is that you must be 18 years of age or older. You and the sponsored relative must sign a sponsorship agreement that commits you to provide financial support for your relative if necessary. This agreement also says the person becoming a permanent resident will make every effort to support her or himself. You must provide financial support for a spouse, common law or conjugal partner for 3 years from the date they become a permanent resident. You must also provide financial support for a dependent child for 10 years or until the child turns 25, whichever comes first. Alright, that's it on Canada immigration. I hope this did a great deal to helping you skate through your application process to becoming a permanent resident in Canada from Nigeria. Don't forget to click on the subscription button and notification bell if you are yet to subscribe to Nebo TV channel, and don't forget to follow us on our Facebook page at Nebo Tele. My name remains Agbaje Onome. Stay safe. God bless you and God bless Nigeria.